First New Zealand apples for almost a century were on sale in Australia today. The Aussie growers weren't happy about it and made their feelings clear. But as Australia correspondent Sam Hayes reports, so too did the tasters.
It's pretty sweet, juicy. Tastes good. Nice.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not as good as Australian apples, but
pretty good. I'd eat it again.
Love at first bite? Well, store owner Fred Bunasov said he bought several hundred this morning, not because he's brave or stupid, but because he's confident people will buy them.
People like to try anything, and once they try them and like them, they buy them. And I think I'm going to sell a lot of them.
For almost a century, New Zealand apples have been banned here, but now Australia has reluctantly approved the first 4 New Zealand growers.
Feels absolutely fantastic to actually finally get through all of the hurdles, get them through Australian quarantine and have them landed here in the market.
The big supermarket chains like Woolworths and Coles are still refusing to touch them, but the test will be if smaller vendors follow Bunasov's lead. Brendan Lyes, another Aussie, feeling brave.
Someone's got to stick their head out, and basically if they don't have a go, someone else is going to have a go.
Apollo Apples has brought over its flagship variety, the New Zealand Rose. Ross Beaton reckons it's so good it'll go the same way as the Pavlova.
Within a few years' time, they'll most probably call this Australian Beauty or Australian Rose.
But right now, the Aussie industry is still crying foul.
3 News tried to speak to Apple and Pear Australia Limited about why they're still so bitterly opposed to the importation of New Zealand apples. But they told us they'd only speak to Australian reporters. They've reported that Australian growers would be very angry if they had to foot the bill to fight any diseases the New Zealand apples brought in. A continuation of the same negative campaign they've been running for decades.
But the new era has arrived and the fruit of the forbidden trees is going down rather well. Samantha Hayes, Sydney, 3 News.